Hello, everyone, and welcome to our College Prep Workshop hosted by Parinama Academy and Live. My name is Rima, and I'm a current sophomore at Rouse High School in Leander, Texas. Before we begin, we have a very special guest joining us today on Zoom. Please welcome Tyler. Tyler is a former university professor with 17 years of teaching experience at Georgia University. Over the years, he has worked with more than 6,000 students, including many international students, and has also mentored hundreds of high school students. Now, Tyler is a career coach, helping professionals in fields like medicine, engineering, and law, helping them make smart decisions in their careers. Today, he's here to share his knowledge and insights as we get ready for college. So everyone, please welcome Tyler.
Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you can hear me clearly enough. As she had mentioned, my name is Tyler Smith. I've been a tutor at Parinama for just under a year. My specialization that Shiva hired me for is college admissions, essay writing, speech, as well as mock debate. I did have the privilege to be a university professor for 17 years, 4 of which was serving as a division leader, helping to supervise, hire, recruit, and mentor other faculty in their capacity working with high school and college-age students. During that time, I worked with many high school students and parents for specific things that we all have to think about as students and parents. How do I make a list of college courses that my child should take? How do I even make a list of colleges to scan, including campus visits? There are many criteria, whether it be the overall university ranking, the ranking of individual majors, and then on top of that, what are professors' research areas? So I help parents with all of those important details. Beyond working with hundreds of high school students, I taught over 6,000 college students, including both undergraduate and graduate. And one of my passion areas is culture and globalization. So I really enjoyed teaching over 1,000 international students spanning over 100 countries, including countries such as India, China, Nigeria, and England. In addition to that, I had the privilege to work with over 100 honor students, including being their thesis supervisor. For the past 5 years, I have been a career coach, and I help all types of professionals, most at large corporations. They have specializations such as engineering, science, law, medicine, and many are executives. Most importantly, though, I have 3 sons, Luke, Sam, and Charlie. Luke is 24, and my twins, Sam and Charlie, are 20. And I've been able to see as a parent, not just former educator, their growth in this process of completing high school strong and choosing the right university. I'm honored to be with Parinama, and if you ever need anything from me, please contact Parinama or Shiva directly, and he can connect you with me. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you, Tyler. Now we'll get started with our
Is it? All right, hi guys. Today I'll be going over college applications and simplifying that. I'm Arnav Sivakumar. So what we'll be going over today is these 4 chapters. One is organization, one is how to prepare out of school, one is how to prepare in school, and then how to even find what university you want to go to. So first off, organization is key. Before you can even apply or start applying, you need to know where you want to apply. All right. So what I did, which is very helpful, is I made a Google Sheets. So this will track everything during your college application process. You want to create multiple sheets, and you want to include stuff like your application process, your essay process, recommendations, scholarships, visits, stuff like that. And then in those sheets, you want to organize it. For example, let's say you have the application one itself. You want to go over the college name, the deadline, everything that you need to know should be on that sheet. And also, you're going to look at it a lot, so make it look nice and make sure you have like filters and formats and stuff. Yeah.
What specific experiences helped you shape college essays?
Um, Honestly, I think a lot of experiences shaped my college essays. That's kind of like what I think the point of a college essay was to like talk about yourself. So one of the biggest things I did was football. And I think that shaped it a lot because it's not very traditional, especially like being Indian and playing quarterback. So I think that was one of the biggest experiences that shaped my college essays.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So next, scholarship essays. You want to apply for scholarships even if you don't think you're going to need it. It's always helpful to have it. And some of them, such as the Coca-Cola scholarship, they will carry weight. They'll probably have more weight that'll get you into college than your SAT and stuff like that, because it shows that you're accredited. So how do you prep for a scholarship essay? You want to prep for these three prompts. Why do you deserve the scholarship? Describe a challenge and how will this help you achieve your goals? And then you want to make sure you structure your essays. So you want to have a good hook. You want to have good key values. You want to have good, clear goals. And you want to always say thank you for the chance and thank you to the scholarship committee. Yeah.
For your personal statement, how did you choose the topic?
So I actually went through a lot of topics for my personal statement. I think it really came down to what did I see myself doing in the future, and I saw myself coding and programming. So my essay was about this giant project I had, and it combined like two things I like, which was finance and coding.
Thank you.
All right. And then, so speaking of scholarships again, how you can find them is when you apply to college, you'll already be applying for some scholarships in school through that application. Then you can find some outside. Like I said, there's the Coca-Cola one, there's a Del Merit one. You can look online at websites like scholarships.com, Scholarships America, and then look around in your community, local nonprofits, PTA, and community foundations. And you want to start applying and pretty much be done by March because a lot of them close March to May. So you'd rather be first and like be done and show your dedication. So make sure you also track them in your Google Sheet. All right, next we'll go over how to prepare for college, your college essays out of school. So number one is internships. This one, a lot of people think this is like top priority. I think this is a pretty good thing to have. I don't think it's number one, but it's definitely really helpful depending on where you go for internships. So freshman and sophomore year, you're not going to be able to get a lot. You're a freshman in high school, sophomore in high school. So make sure you can try to get some shadowing, some nonprofits, like see what you can do. That'll get some impact. Now, junior and senior year, you can have a little bit better chances. So aim for bigger foundations and research and internships, and just don't be afraid to reach out even if they reject you. Yeah.
Do you have another extracurricular activity to talk about?
Yeah. So I also did UIL academics, which was like math competition and accounting competition. So in that, I did it senior year, but it showed passion. Like it showed the fact that I wasn't just doing it for college. It was pretty fun. Also, is why I did it. And I was able to talk about it. And I think it was one of the things that helped me get in was that it showed that I wanted to go like to the next level for stuff like that.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Were there any moments in your academic journey where you actually got a bad grade or you just didn't meet your expectations?
Yeah, there was many issues like that came up in my academic journey. Honestly, the best piece of advice I have is your teacher doesn't want to see you fail, so make sure if you get a bad grade or something, you talk to them. There's always chance for points back. Even if there isn't chance for points back, there's going to be multiple grades in the grade book. So just use it as a learning opportunity and get better. All right. Then the next thing is volunteering. So with volunteering, this is really important because it shows that you're willing to help your community, not for money, not for personal, but you're giving back to the community. So when you want to focus on volunteering, you want to focus on impactful volunteering. So more than the number of hours that you volunteered, you want to focus on stuff like leadership and initiative. So it's better to start organizing events, starting projects, and leading younger kids more than it is to just volunteer somewhere for like 300 hours. Yes.
Did anyone play a big part in helping you select college?
Um, Not really. Thank you. So now how I see it for impactful volunteering is you want to have an impact score. So this is how much leadership, the scale, the consistency. These are the three big factors that go into how impactful your volunteering is. So when you volunteer somewhere, make sure you try to get a high impact score. All right. Next is how you prepare. Yes.
In your journey, do you ever feel imposter syndrome?
No. Thank you. In school preparation. So outside of school, you can prepare, but in school is where a lot of your time is going to be spent. So you want to know how to make school work for you. So one thing that's really big is AP and IB courses. I'm not going to talk much about IB courses because IB is pretty structured. If you took IB, you'd know that they anyways pick out what classes you have to do, and your schedule is filled with all IB classes. But for AP courses, you want to try to max out what your school offers within reason, and make sure you prioritize courses that align with your major. And then also know what selective colleges are looking for. So Calc BC, AP Lang, A Push, AP Physics, AP CS, they're all really, really hard courses. So colleges like to see that you're taking it. And another bonus tip is that if you don't have time or if your school doesn't offer it or something, you can self-study, take the test at a different school or even at your school. That way you wouldn't have to take a class for that and you can just take more as you can. Yeah.
So, can you give us all some advice on how you manage time in high school?
Yeah. So I think the best thing is you want to make a calendar. It can be digital, it can be written. Mine was just Google Calendars. And you want to make sure you plan everything. So I had a lot of stuff to juggle, especially during high school. So that really helped having different calendars, seeing what aligned with what I'd have to miss and stuff like that. And then tracking what homeworks you have. I know it looks pretty easy. It's like, oh, I only have one homework per class, but it starts adding up, especially when you have 18 different things going on at the same time. So I think a calendar is the best thing for managing your time. All right, now extracurricular activities. These are the three main ones: is clubs, sports, and competitions. You want to make sure you're taking an equal amount and stuff that align to your passion more than what you think a college will like. So for clubs, there's many types of clubs, such as like academic clubs, service clubs like NHS, and other stuff like CS Club. Take stuff that you think you will enjoy because more than the college looking at it, you're going to be in it. So you're going to have to deal with it. So if it's something you're just taking for college and it's really, really bad and you don't enjoy it, it's going to be really boring and long for you. Now, sports, yes.
What do you think was the most underrated part of your application?
Underrated part of my application. Um, I think awards. No one really talks about awards. Because they don't look as good as the SAT score or your GPA or class rank. But I think awards play a big role. And I had some good awards. I had 3 PVSA gold medals and I had a bronze congressional award. So I think those really helped me. So make sure you try to get some awards with your academic journey. So yeah. Oh yeah.
And in terms of finding the right college, what specific qualities were you looking for, and how did you determine which schools best fit you?
Yeah. So, I mean, personally, I didn't want to go to a city. So I didn't want to go to somewhere like UT, where it'd be downtown. I like a college town. So that was one thing about Purdue that kind of stood out to me was I like that. Another thing is Purdue is like really, really big on collaboration, teamwork, stuff like that. And that was something I was really interested in. And also prestige. Prestige did have an impact for me. I liked Purdue obviously because it's a good school, and I thought that it would be the right step for me on my journey. All right, so sports. Like I said, I played football. I know a lot of friends that were in different sports. I think sports are really, really helpful because they show that you were able to manage your time playing a varsity or even a JV sport. It shows that you were able to commit to it for 3, 4 years. It shows leadership if you held any leadership positions. And I think it also shows that you aren't just focused on academics, but you're focused on branching out. And yeah.
What extracurricular activity did you hold a leadership position
Yeah. So actually, I co-founded a club called STEM to Stocks at my school. I held leadership in No Place for Hate and in Model UN. I'm pretty sure that was it though.
in? Thank you.
Yeah. So, and then another thing about sports is it if you get achievements, if you get any certificate awards, it looks really good. Like I said, back to the underrated part, that it'll look really good. It'll boost your application. It'll show that you're not just solely academic. You're also like a multifaceted person. So, and then competitions are really important. They show that not only do you like learning, do you like understanding stuff, but you also like going to the next level and competing. So DECA, HOSA, debate, Model UN, those are some of the best ones. And then there's also academic or arts competition. So let's say you really like band, theater, you can also go and do that. It doesn't have to solely be academic. Yeah.
What was your passion project about?
Yeah, my passion project was a stock bot that basically it was like paper trading, it was fake money, and it showed people how to like deal with their finances. It took like half a year to make, and then I think over 200 people used it. So that was my passion project. So another thing is grade tracking and class rank. Like I said, Google Sheets is going to be your best friend. So use formulas to predict GPA. Start understanding how to use Google Sheets. And if you don't know how, ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT is pretty good at it. I had to use it for making my formulas because I'm not that good with Google Sheets yet. And then utilize apps such as Gradeway. If your school uses Home Access Center, Gradeway is a really good app to look at your grades. There's a what if feature, and GPA and class ranks are really important, but they do know about stuff like gradeflation. The colleges will take that into consideration. So if you're really stressed about that, don't be. That there's a reason that there's SAT, ACT, AP, IB scores, and most colleges look at a holistic view, but still academics are really important. So make sure you don't slack off. Yeah.
So would you rather do ACT or SAT?
Personally, I did both, but I like the SAT better. So I want to try both. I like science, so I thought I'd really like ACT, but when the digital SAT came out, I really liked it, and I just studied for that and got a good score for that.
Do you have any study tips for us?
Yeah, study tips. Pretty much, even if you are really, really busy that day, always put it on your calendar. So have 30 minutes, 5 minutes, like 1 minute even of just opening the thing, opening your notes, opening something to study. Because if you are consistent, then you'll constantly have progress, even if it's only 1 minute for that day.
Do you think Khan Academy is a good source?
Yeah, Khan Academy, I used to, it was probably my best friend during SAT study. All right. So how do you find your university? College visits are important, and there's a lot of other factors to make sure that you know where you want to apply to and ultimately where you want to go. So college visits are really important. They matter because they give you a real sense of the environment. They give you the vibe, the size of the school. Because looking at Purdue, it says online there's 50,000 people there, but you're not going to understand that unless you go in person and you look at 50,000 people there. It'll also give you the student energy. So like, let's say everyone is walking like with their heads down, sad. Maybe they just all had a bad final, or maybe that's just how the student energy is at that school. Really stressed, really high pressure. So maybe that might not be for you, or maybe that might be for you. But you're not going to know unless you go there and you see it firsthand. Another thing is you got to ask yourself, can you see yourself here every day? You need to imagine walking from home to class. You need to see if that's really something you want to do. So like I said, I wanted to do a college town, meaning I was fine walking 20 minutes from my dorm to the academic building. I walked that route, I looked at it, and I thought, yeah, I'm fine doing it. Some people might not be fine doing it, so maybe they want to be in a smaller school, but it really is up to you. Now, another thing is it's really important for a why us essay. If they ask a lot of colleges ask that essay, and if you were there in person, you can talk about that, talk about what you saw, and it's really important. Also, 'cause some colleges even track students that show up, and it shows a little bit more interest, which is really good. Yeah.
How do you get a unique recommendation letter from your teachers and counselors?
Yeah. So have a relationship with them. Don't just have a relationship with them for what's it called? The purpose of a recommendation letter, but like, talk to them. Go after school, stay during lunch, and get to know the teacher and make sure the teacher gets to know you. Also, another thing is some people say if you had a bad grade in a class, do not ask that teacher for a recommendation letter. Personally, I never had that, but my friend did, and he went to our same teacher that I got a recommendation from, and he asked, and the teacher wrote him a really good recommendation on how even though he was struggling, he still tried and stuff like that. So don't be afraid. Just reach out, talk to your teachers, have a good relationship with them. All right. So what do you want to look for during your visit? When you go to your to colleges to visit them, you want to look at what's their academics and career prep wise. For example, like I mean, I know a lot about Purdue because I'm going to go there. So they have a really big center for career fairs for job search. So I really like that too. Also, make sure you look at the alumni network, especially if you go to the college, you'll go on a lot of tours. So make sure you go and you ask questions about how good is the alumni's, how good is the classes there. You ask any question you want really. Another thing is campus life. You're some colleges even let you go and check out the dorms, check out the dining halls. But make sure you go around and you just get a general vibe of the campus. Also, if you're going, so I remember I visited A&M, so we had to use the bus system. So start understanding that, start seeing where like your transportation would be, how would it be going from class to class? Yes.
Texas A&M versus UConn, which one's better?
Um, I think like if I was to actually choose between them for my major, I would go to UT Austin because I'm doing computer science. Also, I just like UT because I like football and UT's football team is like one of my favorite. Um, but A&M, it, it's a good school, especially because I like the fact that it's a college town. So I wouldn't have a problem going to A&M. Actually, I wanted to go to A&M before. Yeah.
Can you walk me through the moment you found out you got into your dream college and what led up to it?
Yeah, so I got home from school and I opened the application, and there was confetti and stuff. That was pretty much all that happened. I didn't really expect it. Before that, I was like recording myself opening them, but then for that one, I didn't. I don't know why, and that was the one I got in. Like I was pretty excited about it, but so it kind of sucks, but whatever. All right. And then also make sure you talk to students on campus, not just your tour guide. And for example, I went to Rice to visit them for a college tour, and they gave you the option to sit in on a class. They do that in other colleges too, like Purdue. I know they gave us the opportunity to do that, but make sure if you can sit in on a class, see how the teachers are, see how the learning environment is, and also like I said, try to go into the dining hall too. You're going to be eating there every single day, pretty much. If not one meal, probably multiple. So make sure you actually like the food there. Make sure it doesn't look terrible, and you can actually see yourself eating there. All right. Next thing is finding the best college for you. So you want to reflect after each visit. You want to see what felt right, what didn't feel right, because what didn't feel right is important. Let's say you went there and you thought it was a weird vibe. Everyone looks sad, too much pressure. You don't like that. Now make sure you like keep that in mind because do you really want to put yourself there if you do get in there and if you want to go. So make sure you reflect after each college visit, and then don't chase. So don't chase stuff like prestige or like a single factor. Make sure that you remember that you're going to be at the school for the next 4 years probably. So make sure it aligns with your values, goals, learning style, and not just um, because of the name or something like that. So the three things I think that go into like finding the best fit is the academics there, the social life there, and then financial. You also don't want to go somewhere where it's crazy expensive, unless maybe like you really really like the school. Then obviously don't let finances be a problem. But you don't want to spend a lot of money just for the name. If something else is about as equal and it's not as like expensive. All right. That was it. So good luck, everyone. This is my LinkedIn and email. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask. Do we have any more questions? Yeah.
So what are some habits that you built early on in high school that helped you later on?
Yeah. So I always did like sports and band too. Even I was in marching band. So I think the biggest habit I learned was having a planner and having a calendar. And like I can't speak enough about the importance of tracking time and managing all your stuff because it gets out of hand so quickly. So that was probably the best habit I built. Yeah.
Was there ever a problem you saw at school or in your neighborhood that you tried to fix? And what did you do and what happened in the end?
Okay. So I mean, there were some small problems. Like one was the fact that like a lot of my friends wanted to get into like investing. They saw that I invested, like I made stock bots and stuff, and so they weren't as like financially literate, and so they were asking questions, and so I saw that was a problem. So I co-founded a club with my friend to kind of it was called STEM to Stocks. It kind of broke down STEM, so or it kind of broke down stocks, like finances, everything like that through like the lens of STEM. So we kind of show through math how simple everything is, like simple math, obviously not like calculus and stuff like that, just basic like math on how a ratio works and stuff like that. And that really helped everyone understand it more. And well, I think it did pretty good. Yeah.
What are the top 10 colleges for computer science?
Shoot. All right. I don't know the exact list,
In
but
your opinion?
oh, in my opinion, okay. Well, my favorite college has always been Stanford. Like before I even found out they were good, but obviously so I'm biased, so they're number one. I think I'd put UT, Carnegie Mellon, UMich, Georgia Tech. Um, let's see. Oh, Purdue, uh, Rice might be up there. Caltech, UC Berkeley, UCLA. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
What does well-rounded mean to you, basically? So a
Yeah.
well-rounded student.
I think a well-rounded student is someone who not only focuses on academics, because that's really easy. You can get really good grades if you spend every second of your life studying and worrying about grades and trying to do good. Obviously, that's really important, but being well-rounded is more important, in my opinion. You should also join clubs. You should do things that interest you. That's why I did football, for example. That has nothing to do with academics, but I did it because it was fun to me. It was another thing I could do, like looking forward to that wasn't just school. And it kind of like has a bunch of different things about me. The fact that not only do I like keeping myself like healthy and like fit, I also like growing my brain through education and stuff like that. Yeah.
Was there something you did, like a hobby or something creative other than football, that you enjoyed just for yourself? And did you end up including it in your application?
Yeah, so I play basketball with my friends a lot. So I put that in my I put that in my application. I talked about how I don't like how I'm fine to try like any sport, how I played pickleball. I had a whole essay about like athletics and stuff. Yeah.
Anything other than athletics?
Oh yeah. So I also like work at Parinama. So um I help teach and mostly talk to parents. So yeah. I also did a couple internships for computer science and for other stuff. I did a real estate internship too. Yeah.
Internships, what are the names of the internships you did? The companies.
Oh, okay. One of them was my friend's dad. He owns a company. It's called, what is it called? Oh, Venforma. And they like make websites. So I was doing back end testing with C Sharp. And then real estate internship was just with my dad's friend. I would just shadow him, learn what to do, see all the forms you had to fill out, even try to like get the information for the forms. Obviously, I couldn't fill them out because I'm not a realtor, but I would help him. Yeah.
How did you make your essays feel like honest and personal instead of just writing what you thought the colleges wanted to hear?
Yeah. That's a good question. So, honestly, this might sound dumb, but you should definitely try this. Is show this to a friend and ask him if this sounds like your voice. Like in mine, I speak a certain way, like with my friends and stuff, and so I try to replicate that in my essays, so I can make it as like personal as I can. Obviously, I didn't have filler words like and stuff, but the point is that I tried to make it my voice and not just some robotic answer to answer what the college would want.
There's one essay called the Why This School essay.
Yeah.
How do you make that essay feel real and not something anyone could write?
Yeah. So one thing is I if I visited, I would talk about my experience visiting the campus, what it was like, teachers I saw, class I stepped in, stuff like that. And if I didn't, then I researched it. So I'd find a club or a club or two that I'd like that is at the college. And then I'd also find like a professor and some courses he did. And I would see like what aligned with me and I'd talk about him. I'd say how I was excited to take his class. Obviously, you can't just throw out something, you have to do research. So I made sure that if I was to do computer science at that school, like how would the degree like program go? What classes would I be taking? And then I looked and I researched this one professor at Purdue, and I saw that he was doing a lot of stuff with AI and gaming, and I thought that was really cool. And so I talked about him, for example. Yeah.
Do you think that is a good club to be in?
I didn't do Deco personally, but I do think it's a good club to be in. I had a couple of friends that did it, and they talked about how fun it is. The competitions they say are super fun too, and they say it's a lot of work. That's the point of the competition. But overall, if business is something you like, then yeah, you should definitely do Deco. Yeah.
You a member of any clubs, like not leadership positions, just like
Yeah. So I was in NHS. Um, I I was also like part of UIL academics. If you want to count that, that was mainly I had a lot because of football. I was in varsity football, so it was like a lot of commitment, especially after school practices. And and then I also started some clubs. So I had leadership to do, and I was an IB student. So, but I was in NHS, UIL academics, and yeah. Do you have any more questions?
do you have just any more advice in general?
Yeah. Just make sure that you truly like feel like you fit wherever you're applying. So don't just apply because of the name. Obviously, like do your research. Make sure that it's something that you would really go to. Because I'll tell you, the money adds up. Like the application fees, then sending your SAT, AP, IB scores, and then sending your transcript. So make sure that you're not just wasting money. Make sure you're actually applying somewhere that you really think you could fit. And then also make sure that you don't just go crazy and apply for all reach schools. Target some, have some safeties. Make sure that it's like well balanced, so that way, at the end of the day, you are going to go somewhere where you enjoy yourself for the next 4 years.
Thank you so much. Do you think Model UN looks good on college applications or not?
Yeah, as a leadership position in Model UN, I was a Secretary of Finance. I think it's a really good addition. It shows that you're able to research topics that are going on globally, and it shows that you're able to lead and represent. And it also, I feel like something that not many people talk about is it shows like communication skills and your ability to speak. So I think it's a really well-rounded competition slash club. I definitely think you should do it if you're interested in it.
Do you think speech and debate is a club?
So I didn't do speech and debate, but I have friends that were in it, and they said it was really good. The competitions, especially, I remember they said it was super fun to dress up, go debate about some random topic, go research it when they got their like brief, and then like I had one friend, she really liked arguing, so she said it was her place where she could just like yell at people and not get in trouble. So
So what do you think is like the biggest difference between Model UN and speech and debate, and which one to choose?
yeah, I think if you like political issues, and you like talking in like a council and stuff, then Model UN is definitely what you should do. I think if you solely like just going and debating some random topic, really formal, really to the point, then you should do debate, speech and debate.
Did you do anything like dance club or anything?
No, I did not.
As your position as VP of Finance, what did you do?
Well, I mean, I like collected the dues. Like I made sure we had budget for our trips, hotels, anything like that. Yeah, that was pretty.
Does anyone online want to ask questions? You can unmute because we can't see your messages. In the meantime,
Yeah, you have a question?
I forgot my question.
Oh, okay.
How do you pick Purdue? Was it because of the weather? Because Texas wanted to?
Yeah, so I wanted to, like, I always wanted to go out of state for school. Like I said, I picked Purdue because I really like the college town. Obviously, I like the academics and the prestige too. I just went there, visited, and I really thought like, yeah, that's the place I want to be for 4 years.
What electives did you take in high school?
Yeah. So I took uh mostly CS related ones, obviously because I wanted to do CS. I kind of knew that early on. Even if you don't know early on that you want to do CS or whatever major you want to do, definitely make sure you're well rounded in your electives and take stuff that you enjoy. So I took mainly CS ones. I also took some fun ones. Like I took speech and debate class as an elective because after football, basically the second semester you have to move it, but I couldn't like I didn't want to take an off period, so I had to fill a class there. And so the most fun elective that was on like that was available was speech and debate. So I thought I'd do it, and it was a pretty fun class. I was kind of glad I did it.
Was there any overlap between like your classes, like your computer science classes?
Yeah, I feel like I didn't take it really in a structured way because I had a lot of like things with football and IB and like my schedule. But if you take them in order, it's like sequential, so one will build off of the other. If not, then you'll definitely be able to like use some skills from one and use it in another. So there's a lot of overlap. I mean, it's computer science.
How about in college?
What?
What electives did you take in college?
So I haven't gone to college yet, but my electives that I scheduled was writing comprehension because I need to hit that for a university requirement, and then this I had to take a gen ed, so I thought I'd have some fun. So I took a class called, or I'm about to take a class called Spies and Lies. Basically, it was some like ex-CIA agent. She teaches the class and like teaches about espionage. So, you know, I thought that was pretty fun. So I thought I'd take it.
How many CS courses?
Yeah, at Purdue it's pretty structured, especially for your first 2 years. They kind of tell you what courses you have to take. So this year I'm taking object-oriented programming for the first semester. Um, and then your junior year, so your third year, you pick a track that you want to do. So there's like AI, ML, cybersecurity, stuff like that. And then it's kind of up to you to pick what courses you want to take, CS related.
Are you planning to like minor in anything?
Yeah, I want to see what I can do. I even coded something at the beginning of the summer that would scrape all of the Purdue minor requirements, and you'd input your classes and you'd see what would like be most optimal for you to do. I definitely want to get a minor in something like finance or business or econ, something business related, much. So we'll see. I guess whenever I have all my university requirements hit, what other stuff can I do to get some minors?
Is there like a specific moment where you decided like you wanted to go into computer science?
So I've always kind of known I wanted to go to computer science. In first, no, kindergarten itself. My cousin came over and he showed me this like Arduino kit, and like he coded everything obviously, but I thought that was so cool, and like that was kind of the moment I wanted to do it.
Do you do any hackathons?
No, I did not. But I'm gonna probably do some in Purdue because it's pretty big culture at Purdue, especially the neighbor schools. So like UI, my friend went there. She said that it's like really big culture to do hackathons. So I'm gonna try to get into it.
Okay, if there's any questions, we'll end the session here. Thank you, Arnav, for joining us.
Yeah, of course.